Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to solve the problem number 58, that is length of last word. Okay, so this is going to easy one. Okay, this is easy one. Okay, so this question is going to ask most of the company. That is very general question. So we just understand the question and at last we just try run the code. Okay, so it's given a string s, okay, which consists of some words, and at the end we just return the length of last word in the string. Okay, what we will do, we just take an string which consists of more than one words. Okay, more than or whatever it will be, that will be not dependent. Okay, we just return the length of last word of my string. Okay, so let's see the example. S equal to hello world. So in hello world my last word is world. Okay, so last word will be world. So what is my length of world? Length of world will be 5, so it our output as a 5. So in the second example, fly me to the moon. So my last word will be what? My after. So this, see this, it will very just interesting one. It consists, every space will be consist of my character only. Okay, so here last word contains character. So you have to just remove the last. If any of the empty places will be present, you need just to remove that. Okay, so using stream function you can remove that. Okay, so s equals to fly me to the moon. So after trimming the string, what will be my total string? Fly me to the moon. Okay, so moon is the last word. So what is the length of moon? Length of moon will be 4. Okay, so let's in the example 3, Luffy is still Joy Boy. So Joy Boy will be my last word. So after we just returning its length will be 6. Okay. So let's understand how do we just approach this solve, how to approach it, what is my approaches in order to solve these questions. So let's try. Okay. So we have taken an example, first example. This is my first example. Okay, so what we will do, we just find the last word, and after finding the last word, what we'll do, I just return its length. So how to find the last word? So to find the last word, I just need to iterate it from the last, from the end of my array. Okay, so sorry, my end of my string. So what will do, what will be my approaches, how to solve this problem? What will my approaches? So my approaches is, first step is I need to find the last word. Okay, find last word string. Okay, I need to find the last word of my string, and after finding the last word, I need to finding the last word. Okay, so after finding the last word, what I will do? I just return its length. So see this. To find the last word, I need to iterate it from my end of my string. I need to from I iterated from end of my string until I had not found a empty spaces. If I found any empty spaces, then I found my last word. If I found any empty spaces, then I've just found that my last word. Okay, sorry, my last word. Okay, so at the end, I just break my loops and I just return its length. Okay, so see, sorry, I just make you analyze that. I have initially I have to pointing from end of my index. So initially it will be from end of my index if my character is not equals to any empty spaces until I just run my loop. Okay, I just pointing my I will be just now, what I will now just decrease now. So this is my condition. If I not found any empty spaces, then I just remove my I just pointing my I value. Okay, so this is my I value, initial I pointing here, then I just storing into my another string variable. I use another string variable to store by the character value string, that will be plus or equal to character. So every indexes I go with every indexes, and I found that I need to found that uh, character and storing into my string. Okay, so here I found and whatever, sorry, I comes to my end of my indexes, and what I'll do, I just storing the character into my string. Okay, then I just pointing my I will be pointing to the my L. Okay, now it will be satisfy our condition. That's why I will be L will be stored in my string str variable, and L pointing will be moving to my left app. So here R will be similarly same things happen. Similarly for this, and at the end I just found this empty spaces, so that I will be remove. I just stop my condition, and I found my last word, and at the end I just return my str will be contain my last word. I just return my last word, length of my last word. So let's understand the code. Okay, so okay, zoom out, zoom in, sorry. So I have a function that is length of last word function, which containing only a string. So if length of my string will be 0, then there will be an empty string. No need to calculate any operation. I just return 0 as my answer. Okay. If a empty string, that will be but no last word is present. That's why I return 0. And in second step, I just calculate my length of my string. Okay, why I need to calculate my length of a string? In order to run the loop, and making the condition on the loop. Okay, so created a empty string using string class. Okay, created a empty string. This is my empty string, and we created a boolean function. Okay, boolean variable that will be just checking, that will be just a created due to just page what due to what I can say, uh, for satisfying condition or not, to checking the is my this condition is satisfied, then it will be true. If my condition will be not satisfied, then it will be false. To storing that information, I just created a started variable that will be initially started from false. Initially started from false because initially I don't know what is my length of last word, what who is my length of last word. That's why I created a started boolean function, boolean variable, and stored value as a false. Okay, so in the second step, I created a for loop. I created a for loop, and I just started my loop from end of my array, sorry, end of my string, and I itered each of element. Okay, I itered each of element and created a char variable, sorry, character, and that will be just storing the each indexes character. Okay, if any of indexes is this if any of my indexes will be empty space, then I just found my last word. Okay, if my character will be an empty space, I just skip my what condition. Okay, and if my started variable whatever initially falses, if it is a true, then I just skip. If these both conditions are satisfied, I just make my loop skippable. Otherwise, if my any of condition is present, then I just break my loop. Because why? At the end, okay, this condition is not much necessary. I will explain you later. Okay, don't don't what don't need this one. No. If I just found my empty spaces, that means I have founded my what? I have founded my last word, and then I just break my loop. If I will not found any empty spaces, that means I have found some character value. then I just make them store it into a str variable that stores the. Initially I created str as a part empty, that's why I store cha, that will be storing the words. Okay, and I create for finding each word, I just make the started as a true because I founded the word. If I am unable to founded any word, then that time I just applied this condition. Okay, at the end, if I founded any back empty spaces, that means I have founded my word, and str will be contain some value, then it just return its length. Okay, I just make you another revise. If I have found that my length of array will be 0, that means I have an empty string. That means I just return as a 0 and created a n as a my uh, variable that will store my length. Okay, in this third step, I created an empty string that will be storing the that will be created for the storing words and for storing the last word. Okay, initially created a false variable to know the if I founded any character the invalid character or not. Okay, create a for loop. If this condition is satisfied, and skip. If any backspace is found, any space is found, then I just break my loop until otherwise I just storing my character into str and making started as a true, and at the end I just making a, okay, check any error or not. Okay, it's fully satisfied condition. Okay, I just making me revise that hello world wall is the length last word and it return as a 5. So thank you for watching my video. Okay, have a good day. Like, share and subscribe now. Okay.